Welcome to 10-Minute Treasure. My name is Jeff Pospisil. And in the church world, if you're a salaried employee and especially a pastor, you're probably not good about using your paid time off. Whether it's vacation or sick, or maybe it's even your work holidays, you probably struggle to take that time off. And probably also you don't track it well. And I can't force you to take time off, but I can build a spreadsheet for you to help track that. So that's what I did. I built one for my own purposes, and I thought I'd go ahead and share that with you. The first sheet is kind of a fun one. It's just a way to calculate the holidays. I use a generic calendar, it's the full focus planner. And so the holidays aren't filled in for me. So what I did was actually mine just has the days that I get off. So I added extra days. And like for me, for example, I don't get Veterans Day off. So I'm in my version, I delete that. I delete Thanksgiving Friday, I don't get off. And there's a few other days that I don't get off. So you can go ahead and delete those. And it's just the ones that you have. I'm going to put those back, but it calculates it based on whatever year you put in. And the hard ones are, it's not New Year's Day. That's not a hard one, but it's like President's Day or Martin Luther King Day, or especially Easter. That one really changes a lot. And guess what? It'll go ahead and calculate those for you. So Good Friday and Easter Monday, it'll calculate it. It'll calculate them all. The other thing it does is if your holiday happens to fall on a weekend. So, for example, when New Year's Day, I think it's 2028, falls on a Saturday, it'll push it back to the Friday. Or if it falls on a Sunday, it'll push it over to Monday. And I do have 2 Christmas days here. So if you only get Christmas Day off, this is the one you would use. If you get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, these ones that are italicized, you would use those because sometimes Christmas will fall on a Monday and Christmas Eve will fall on a Sunday. Well, that means you're going to get Monday and Tuesday off. So you have to bump them both up at that time. So the next sheet I want to show you is my paid time off tracker. And I know this looks super simple. I mean, it doesn't even look like it's worth having a spreadsheet. So this is the amount of vacation days that I have left, and this is the amount of sick days I have left. Again, it looks super simple, but I did make some more complicated formulas where you could see that up here. That's fairly complicated because I wanted to do all the work for me as much as possible. And just a little bit of a backstory. I started off as an auditor for the state of North Dakota. And as an auditor, you have to keep detailed records of how you use your time so you can bill it out. Well, you also keep track in hourly increments, your vacation and sick as well. And I've done that for years. I mean, I've been a salaried employee and I didn't have to track my time that way but I did for the next couple of decades because I want to know how I use my time. And I still do that on paper. But it occurred to me this year that, that's not the purpose of vacation time, is to use an hour here and there, or even sick time. I mean, if you're sick, take the day off and get recovered. If you're on vacation, take the day or more than one day and actually get refreshed and renewed. So don't use an hour here and there. That's just not as productive. So that's when I ended up creating this spreadsheet after that occurred to me. And so my vacation and sick leave policy are this. My vacation policy is I get 20 days of vacation, and that resets on my work anniversary. So here's the first day of my work, July 1st, 2023. And so when we get to July 1st, 2024, this will automatically update to 20. And if yours is a different number, by the way, you could just change that number right there. There's that 20 right there. But it'll just keep counting down, and you have to enter it in. And what I have it set up is you enter in the number of hours you use in a month. So, and it has to be the first. You have to put in the first. So if I put in 3/4/24, I'm just going to get a little a little error saying put in the first of the month. So then I can go ahead and change it to 3/1/24. And if maybe I take a week off, I go ahead and do that. And maybe if I had some sick days as well, I'm just updating this as I go. So I look back at the month. How many vacation days did I use? How many sick days did I use? And I just plug that in there and it automatically track it. So like I said, this vacation one, that was a fairly complicated formula, but it will reset at the beginning of every year based on my work anniversary. The sick leave was a little bit tougher. So the sick leave, I earn 1 day a month up to a maximum of 24 days. And after that, it stops accumulating. So for this one, I ended up having to do it on the side. I hated having to do this. I wanted to find a really good formula to do it, but right now, this is what I'm stuck with. Is I earned 1 day August, I earned one and I used one. And then you could just kind of see that it's just keeping track until you eventually run into that cap and then it's no longer counting. So if I would enter in something, let's just say 1 on 5/1/26. And then you could see I use a day and then I earn it back. So it seems like everything's calculating correctly. I'm going to go ahead and hide that. So, and I think that starts as of, yes, it does start as of, it's based on your work anniversary as well. All right. And that brings us to the end. Hopefully, you found this helpful. I will put a link to that spreadsheet in the description so you can check that out, download it. Maybe you can use it, or maybe it'll inspire you to make your own. Probably the big lesson for this is, use your paid time off. When you need it, use it, and also track it, and that'll just protect your reputation. So if people assume you're not taking the proper time off, or maybe they think you're taking too much time, guess what? You have a place where you can track it. So if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, God bless you.